many congratulations on your 8th World Championship. We saw some real emotion at the stop line there. Tell us the conversation you had with Julian. Can you share that with us? It looked as if it was very emotional indeed.
Yeah, well, so much emotion that I'm not sure I can say the sentence I said at this point again. But one thing is sure is I told him that I'm gonna miss him, and that it's been an amazing journey together, and that he have to let his phone open, because you never know, I might have to call him at some point. But yeah, it's today, of course. I think the emotion crossing the line, knowing that we are world champion, were strong, but they were even stronger thinking that the end of this journey with Julian.
Quite some journey, wasn't it? You had a bit of time on the car on your own as well, standing on the car, just lost in thought almost. We don't often see that from you.
It's not often that you say goodbye to this kind of relationship. So at least we could have never dreamed of a better scenario. Handling it that way, it's really amazing. I'm very happy for him. Yeah, somehow I want to say to offer that to him, but it's not to offer that, because we worked that very hard together, and it was impressive that this weekend at the end it felt like another race for us. I didn't feel any special emotion during the whole weekend, because we knew that we had much to do to validate this title. It was not over yet. Elvin was there and putting us, I mean, not directly under pressure, because we didn't have to beat him, but we had to. The Hyundais were not far behind, so if you start to relax a little bit, you easily drop to P4, and then P4 you have to score a point in the power stage. You never know what happened in the power stage, so that's why it was never really possible to relax this weekend. So yeah, we were completely into our race, and then the emotions came, like you've seen, crossing the finish lane.
Just talk to me about that moment in the opening stage, though, because we saw when you glanced that concrete barrier, you had a look down, you were checking the tyre pressures. Did for a second you think, what have I done?
Yeah, well, definitely. It was the first time of the weekend that I really, it was the only full tarmac stage, and I was thinking, okay, maybe at least on this one I can try to drive fast once and clean. And this concrete, they are very tricky. I mean, you are always feeling that you are very far from it, and then you start to try to go a bit closer, and you come too close. And now I just glanced it, luckily, because millimeter further, and it was just, then it would have been a real impact, and it would have probably broke the wheel or at least puncture. Already in this moment, it didn't hit really hard. I almost didn't feel anything in the steering, because it was just the glance. But the sound was still a bit there, and then that's why you can see me watching my dashboard and thinking, okay, I must have a puncture now, And I think the next kilometer I'm watching more the dash than the road. But yeah, that's part of the game, It's you always need to have some luck with you and some lucky stars. I think we were discussing with Elvin that he had his one in Spain, where he had this huge moment, stage 3 maybe, or he hit the concrete. His wheel was actually much worse than mine today, and somehow it holds. That's rally. Sometimes you do big mistakes and you have no consequences. Sometimes you do nothing and you have big consequences. Today I think it was not, it was millimeter away, so basically a perfect drive. But let's say I didn't try to do it again.
Seb, what are your thoughts on this World Rally car? Obviously, 2 titles with M Sport, 2 titles now with Toyota, and we're saying goodbye to them. It served you well, this generation of World Rally car.
Yeah, definitely. That's 4 titles with this generation. So yeah, they were simply amazing cars. I think everybody enjoyed it. The driver, of course, but the fans, because I mean, I'm sure the next one will be spectacular. The previous one was spectacular. There is always a room when you give to the best rally drivers in the world some competitive cars. The most important is that they are not too different from each other, and then there will always be a show. But this one's had this extra little bit craziness in it, like remembering the group beat of all the fans, because I mean, the speed we reach now was sometimes started to scare me a little bit, I have to be honest. And getting older, you see more and more the risk. And I was never really prepared to take full risk in my life, but maybe getting older, it's always a tendency to go slightly lower and then try to compensate with your experience maybe. But no, yeah, it's been a very good time with these cars, and I think, yeah. Also before, we were mentioning like the 3 teams I had a chance to, I mean, I had more than 3 teams, but the 3 teams I won championships. It was a kind of big chance for me as well to meet them along the way, because it's a team sport, you win and you lose together. So without them, I would have not achieved all of that.
I think there was a time not so many years ago where racing was everything to you and rallying was everything to you. I think that's changed in your life now, and the most important thing in your life is your family. We saw your son here for the first time this weekend. Your wife was here. It was really lovely to see that.
Yeah, and it looks like he brings me luck, because it's only the second time he's coming, and the second time I win. He was in Sardinia this year as well. So maybe for the next few rallies I might do, I should try to convince my wife to bring him. But yeah, for sure. I mean, it's always difficult because, for him, I'm only his papa, and he just now we learn him that I have to be Weltmeister this weekend, but it doesn't mean much for him. So it's hard to see so much attention around me and that I cannot give him time. So that's why it was only his second time in a rally in 5.5 years that he is born. And let's see what the future brings to us. But for sure, yeah, I want to enjoy time with him more than anything right now, with my wife as well. I think there is time for everything in life, and I'm not that old either. So that means I already sometimes regret that I didn't stop completely right now, because I need to prepare already for Monte very soon, and that doesn't make me very happy, to be honest. But I don't know. I think there is no perfect way to end a career anyway. We are all struggling to find a way to do it. And my way to do it, I feel, is the right one for me right now, because I want to have more time for myself and my family, but somehow I still keep a fit in the sport, and it's matching anyway the actual rules, because it's nice for a team to have a third car shared by drivers, so that somehow everyone is happy. Yeah, I don't know. I think somehow I need a break. I need to. Maybe it's the fact that I was one guy of the extreme, I would say, or the extreme. When I do something, I do it 100%, or I don't do it. But the thing is, maybe after these 15 years, putting so much energy into it, I maybe empty a little bit my tank, of motivation, of even excitement. Sometimes you lose a little bit the excitement to go, and that's cannot be like this, because that was a dream of mine to do that, and that still I enjoy so much that. But that when you reach this point, when you realize that you are thinking too much about the negative when you go to a race compared to all the joy that brings this to you, that's maybe the time that you need to reset a little bit, make at least a break. Maybe then it will come to a complete end. Maybe it will miss me. I will come back a little bit more. I don't know, because like I say, I'm still not that old maybe for rally. But for sure, right now I need this break.
Well, I have to say, Sébastien, from all of us at DirtFish, you have been an absolute champion, a statesman, and we have enjoyed every minute of the time that we've enjoyed with you as a championship. Enjoy your break.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to talk with you, Colin, and David as well. I think, I mean, there is best guys in every side of the sport, and you're definitely some of the best from our sport. So it's been always a pleasure to talk with you.